Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and we are going to take a look at the new simulator missions that have been added for the 7th anniversary. Going to start with the Space Pirates are here, which is the trial mission that will let you try out the Crossbone Gundam. Rewards are in 7 minutes or less, you get 50,000 DP. In 5 minutes or less, you get the level 2 enhanced frame. That's the name, strengthened frame. Either way, it's the one that gives about like 1,000 to 1,200 hit points, I believe. And of course, in 3 minutes or less, you get 3 tokens. Let's see. Yeah, gonna gonna try the crossbone. I am not gonna try out. I'm not gonna rank. I never do the ranking in this. Yeah, because of how the rental stuff works, you can also try out the Dagi Iris and the Danan Zon if you haven't gotten those. So, not a bad thing. Register this for space. Okay. Um, let's take a look at the skills. Emergency evasion system level 3, so it has double dodge roll with better efficiency than level 2. Flight control program level 4, which gives you both jump and boost in the air, and gives you reduced thruster use when you do that. Fall prevention level 1 reduces reaction when hit by a ranged attack while jumping or falling, so not bad. Has damage control level 1, so it is harder to stun with build stun. Glide structure level 3, which makes you fall a little slower, so it's easier to get your mid-air actions going. Anti-blast stabilizer level 1, which keeps you from getting heavy staggered if a mobile suit explodes right next to you. Melee composite system level 1, which combines balancers and melee combo controller level 1. So you can cancel directly into melee or tackle after a jump or a boost, and you can do a 2-hit melee combo. AMBAC level 2, fairly standard for space compatible suits, which this is. And yeah, if you're in space and you're boosting in a straight line, you will come out of the boost straight into your standard movement as opposed to, any kind of braking being necessary. Also makes you turn just a little bit faster. Maneuver armor 1, so yeah, you're harder to stun when you're boosting. Aerial melee system 2, which means that if you when you're using a melee compatible weapon or an aerial melee compatible weapon, you can do melee attacks in midair and they will be slightly stronger. Force injector level 4, which lets you just zigzag as you go with very good boost efficiency. Optimized cooling efficiency, so yeah, it 20% less thruster consumption from boosting and jumping. Offense system level 2, which it makes you harder to stun during melee. Flap booster level 2, which is much more boost efficient than flap booster 1. So like a lot of the F91 period suits, it can fly by hitting the jump button while you're boosting. Max output K, which is basically a super mode, essentially. When dealing damage to an enemy MS with a melee weapon, the skill gauge increases. Once skill gauge is maxed out, pressing the touchpad recovers hit points for all parts and temporarily activates skill. Note the skill gauge will not increase when using a melee-typed ranged weapon to attack. Good to know. When an effect unit increases unit attack power, mobility, boost max limit, and reduces the amount of thruster consumed while boosting. Performance for weapons compatible with the skills altered, nullifying reaction to ranged attacks taken while executing melee attack and reducing damage. The skill can be used again after time has passed. And raise counter. Executing a counter with less than 50% hit points triggers a special powerful counter. It also temporarily boosts attack and defense for your unit and ally units within a limited area. Yeah, that's a thing for 5 stars, I believe. I believe they all have some form of that. Now, here's the problem with rental suits, just in case, I think I mention this once every 6 months to a year, but yeah. The rental mobile suits let you try things out, but you cannot customize your quick swaps. So that means that there are always going to be, matter of fact, you can't even change them. So yeah, everything past this grenade launcher, I'm going to have to swap to manually, which is not impossible. It is just time consuming and may make things awkward in the middle of the fight. Okay, so the Zanbuster, 8 ammo, 2800 damage, 300 meter range, cooldown time between shots 4.5, 15-second reload, 1 second charge time. Compatible with max output K, so yeah. And also can be used while boosting during max output. Good. Okay. The Beam Zanber is compatible with max output K and penetrates enemy shields while that's active and nullifies buffer damage reaction. Also compatible with aerial melee. So yeah, this thing will just cut through shields like butter if you're in your super mode. Vulcans. The Vulcans are Vulcans. See, I've been at this like 6-7 minutes already, so let's try and step this up a little bit. Yeah, the grenade launcher also works during while boosting during max output K. Melee, the screw web is basically a heat rod, power 500, but it's a continuous damage heat rod basically. If the enemy MS's remaining hit points are above a certain amount, additional damage will be dealt. That's interesting. The brand marker is apparently a launchable weapon, and kinetic energy added to its attack power when thrown. I'm assuming, does that mean that the farther it goes, the more damage it does? I'm not sure about that, but regardless, yeah. It is a ranged melee weapon, like I said, fairly rare damage type in GBO2. So, and this will not charge the meter, as they were mentioning. Chest beam guns, which seem to be machine gun type, and the beam shield, which is a small shield with a power of 3,000. That's for its parries. Shield hit points are 6,000, and it will come back 15 seconds after being blown out. Using a shield attack to repel enemy weapons or attacks. From the front, will knock the enemy down and deal damage if the shield makes contact. Okay, yeah, and the hit points also function as a time limit. They count down, and then it has to recharge before you can use it. All right, so this is going to be a little awkward since, like, fully half of my arsenal is difficult to access, but let's give this a shot. It looks good. I imagine it's going to be pretty fast, so we're going to see how that goes. This is definitely going to be a longer video, so the other two challenges, I imagine will go a little faster, but let's see how I actually do with this before I start making any promises. AIDS. Right. Okay, that's 1 down. That's 2 down. Grenade is back. That has a quick reload. I like that. And max output is available, but I kind of want to leave it until the next wave, so let's see if I can click this one. Yes. All right. Let's turn on max output and see what I can do. Let's see how this changes. Okay. Okay, it has a really nice, like, a slightly slow but very cool 2-hit combo. Oops, Mr. Tackle. I need to, okay, 41 seconds till max output is canceled, and then it is not available for a little bit after. Let's try firing while boosting. That sure is firing while boosting. Nice. I am having a little bit of trouble, not walking right into attacks, which, story of my life. How's the rifle work under max output? Let's charge it and see. Well, it charges pretty quick, and okay, I think it causes more stun, because it did seem to do pretty well against that, so yeah. Alright, so yeah, max output is now canceled, so that's interesting. Yeah, for a second after max output is canceled, it is just full stop. Interestingly, yeah. Max output also is not as long to recharge as I thought. I know F91 has a similar skill. I do not have F91, so yeah, I don't think I remembered or knew how that worked. I was expecting a much longer uh, cooldown on that. Let's see. I hope this is the last wave. That's something I haven't checked. Okay, let's just do Vulcans. I know those work. Let's see. Oh, well, it's done. It's under 3 minutes. Yeah, hopefully I'll either get it or maybe be able to do a test drive at some point in the future to give the full arsenal a run through. But it's pretty good. I like it, and yeah, wouldn't mind getting that. Okay, and the final time is 2:19. Not outstanding, but for using something I don't have and can't really customize and set up quick swaps to my liking, that's not terrible. All right, so let's see. Okay, convicted beasts. Get a clear time by picking off enemies one by one and avoid being surrounded. That's good. Good advice. Okay, so it's 338. That's fairly standard for these. If in 7 minutes or less you get 150,000 DP, 5 minutes or less you get Space Frame level 1, 3 minutes or less you get the tokens. Single player and cost limit is 400, so okay, it's a ground mission. That's not the worst news. And let's see. I'm just gonna cheat. I'm gonna go with the F90S type. If this is balanced towards 400s, this is not gonna be a problem. All right, let's go. I did like the F90S type. It's been my go-to for AB rooms just because it's maximum cost and can put out a lot of damage for when you're on A and just want to get the room done. So it also, of course, does have resist move. Yeah, look at that kind of damage. This is the advantage of being, tremendously overcost. All right, so let's ping them. That's one down in one. Clench, missed. Okay, and it's going to use, I think does it have katana mode or some version of Hades? I do not remember. Stop now. There we go. And here is the 8 phase. This is going to go relatively quick. Ow. Ow. Well, they told me not to get surrounded, and I was not paying enough attention to my radar. Story of my life, really. Okay, let's activate linked fire mode, because linked fire mode is fun. Yeah, it also does have good incendiary missiles, which is great. Oh yeah, it's going to out-priority me by a mile, even if I have type advantage. Boom. Boom. Vulcan's also viable, especially with this kind of cost difference. Only 3 so far? Okay, let's step it up. That can go to somebody else. Now, the only problem with linked fire is it is going to be forever until my main cannons are usable again. That's not the end of the world, though it might be if I end up, knocked on my face here. Okay, is that a unicorn? Okay, so, yeah, despite them saying cost 400, they do kind of pick up the pace with super mode suits here as this goes on. I'm almost certain that is a unicorn. Which, good news is, I still outpower it and all, but yeah. That is an interesting thing to be thrown at me here, if that's what I really... Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that is a... it's a Banshee nonetheless. Yeah, so, okay. Either way, I'm pretty sure that's a quick enough clear. I wasn't watching the clock, so I sure hope so. 142, that worked. Alright, so, that's that one done. Back to the briefing room, and now we're going to try taking on the new and improved Psycho Gundam. I believe they've made it so that you have to finish it with a melee strike to the head. I think that's what I heard. They confirmed an enemy base escorted by numerous MS. Eliminate hostiles quickly, but expect resistance. Alright, so... Oh! That's cool. Apparently the, you get the tokens for this one at 3 minutes or less, and then, oh boy, if you can do it in 1.5 or less, you get a Psycho Gundam hat, which I would very much like to have. 5 minutes or less gets you the level 5 frame part, which is a good amount of HP. But yeah, we're going to try this, but I have a feeling that okay, cost 750 is for the ranking. So yeah, we're going to expect hard times here, I think. I wish I could give my AI better than a level 1 DJ and a level 1 Yakushiki. But this one, I'm not expecting to clear in a minute and a half, but I'll be happy if I can get under 3. And yeah, like I said, I may have to recruit help to get the other ones. Okay, warning. Okay, don't have to do an opening wave to get Psycho to spawn. Psycho is just here. Good. And yeah, I want that hat. I do enjoy the silly hats that you get in this game. They're fun. They're not fun enough for me to spend, like, you know, the full cost on a 10-step step up, but still fun. I am going to just hope that my comrades here can ow, jerk, and keep the Psycho, or keep everything else busy while I bombard the Psycho. No thanks. Okay. It's a good time to have incendiary missiles, quite frankly. And steerable missiles, so I can aim for the head. Or sometimes directly over it, because I am smart. Ow. Also dead. Alright, let's see if I can get this. It looks like I was told this was a higher difficulty, but it's so far. I shouldn't say too much. I've got 30 seconds to get my hat if I want it. And I'm being focused, which makes that harder. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, I'm not going to get the hat, I don't think, because Psycho Gundam is my special friend here. Hat. Won't give me the hat. Vulcan time, and fire. Hit Psycho Gundam's head with melee attacks. Yeah, okay, so I was right about that. That is what makes it hard mode. And I am a tiny robot that does not have aerial melee, so I'm going to have to try to build the stun meter enough to get it down, or just walk up and do that. Oh, I missed. Damn. But yeah, so you have to defeat this thing canonically if you want to win the stage. So I have another minute to do that. If it doesn't work, I'm obviously going to pick something with a little bit better options for this. Oh, well, one of them got it. Thank you much. Yakushiki, yeah, that's better suited for this. Okay, yeah, so if I take something else, I might be able to solo the hat. That sounds so dumb, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I think, to be honest, I think since it has a really big overhead slash, if you have the enhanced double Zeta, that would be a really good candidate for this. Because, yeah, you know, should be able to reach the head with the Hyper Beam Saber's heavy attack if you're lucky. Might try that from behind, just because otherwise Psycho will probably just punch you and kill you, but, you know. But yeah, got it in 2 minutes. That's enough for the tokens. And like I said, I will come back to the hat at another time. But those are the new simulators. Good luck to everybody who wants to take them on and get the tokens. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later.